just a robot.
Hey everybody, guess what? The first part of my all versions of Goku versus all versions of Superman video series is now just a year old. I have made 5 parts so far, and I promised I would release a part 6, but I'm still not ready to do that. For now, enjoy part 3.5. Okay, I know that is confusing, so allow me to explain. Basically, I'm not really proud of how the second half of part 3 turned out, and the beginning half of part 4. Not so much the placements of the different versions of Goku and Superman, but more so how I worded things. Now I am going to be playing a few clips from WebCamParrot's video, The True Strength of Post-Crisis Superman. Please go check it out, it will be linked down below. He's an excellent power scaler and he deserves way more credit than he gets. And yes, he is the main guy who has been helping me out with this series. So first of all, I do stand by what I said about Super Saiyan 3 Buu Saga Goku being able to defeat New 52 Superman. Even if I lowballed Super Saiyan 3 Goku and said he was only Solar System Plus, and lowballed his speed where it would take him 9 years to go throughout an entire galaxy.
1 decade has 87,600 hours. For Buu to destroy 30 kiloparsecs worth of matter in 87,600 hours, for each hour, he has to be traveling at least 785 billion times the speed of light.
He would still absolutely crush New 52 Superman. Now, some people do wink New 52 Superman to being galaxy level, but then again, highballed Super Saiyan 3 Goku is multi-galaxy level, as I said in part 3. I can't wait for all the people watching this video who haven't seen part 3 commenting, But New 52 Superman crossed the entire universe in 60 days. How is crossing a galaxy faster? That doesn't make any sense. Guys, I explained it in part 3, I'm not going to repeat myself in this video, just go watch it. Guys, this is a video series, please watch it in order. And you really need to see part 3 and part 4 before this one. I'm really sick and tired of people making assumptions about me without watching the previous parts. Now, assuming that New 52 Superman is Solar System level, you could make the argument, if you include the filler episodes of Dragon Ball Z, that Goku in the Pikon arc, does it count as an arc, or is it still part of the Cell arc? I don't really know. Could also defeat New 52 Superman if you include the absolutely broken speed feat where him and Pikon cross the afterlife. Personally, I didn't count it, but we'll explain why later on. But Super Saiyan 3 Goku definitely defeats New 52 Superman, hands down. The problem with New 52 Superman is his run wasn't very long. If he had enough time, he could have gotten a lot more powerful, but the New 52 series was pretty poorly handled, and Rebirth is a lot better. The other main comic book versions of Superman, like Golden Age Superman, Silver Age Superman, Post-Crisis Superman, and Rebirth Superman, are all on a whole nother level. Now, a few people did complain how I scaled Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And while I do agree you can scale them way higher than I did, there's still no way they can defeat Golden Age Superman, Silver Age Superman, or Post-Crisis Superman. The reason why I lump all 3 of these versions of Superman all together is because they all fought one another and they were basically evenly matched. So here's why no matter how you scale Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he still stands absolutely no chance against Golden Age Superman. You know that absolutely broken speed feat Goku did in the Pikon arc that SSJ Ryu came up with, where he was quadrillions of times the speed of light? Well, recently he did a video where he redid the scaling to where it came out sextillions of times the speed of light.
1.075 times 10 to the 23 times the speed of light, or in other words, 107 sextillion times the speed of light.
And even septillions of times the speed of light.
26 septillion times the speed of light.
Now personally I don't really count this because it's filler, and I do believe the people writing this really didn't know how big the afterlife in Dragon Ball Z was. But it's fine, we'll count it anyways. So this does outdo the travel speed feat of the average Green Lantern, which was quadrillions of times the speed of light. And Wonder Woman's combat speed feat, where she blocked a whole bunch of shards from a shattered god that were coming in at every direction from all over the universe, which came out to be quintillions of times the speed of light. But both of these speed feats are small potatoes compared to Superman's greatest calculable speed feat ever.
During Final Crisis, Mandrake used his monitor ships to launch reality blitzing missiles throughout the multiverse in an attempt to sterilize every single universe. Post-Crisis Superman went to protect his own universe from these missiles, and was able to destroy every single one before Lois Lane's heart could beat once. In order to perform this feat, he would have to have flown all throughout the entire volume of the DC universe, which is 200 trillion light years wide at least. A human heart beats roughly once a second, giving us a ludicrous 1.85 sextillion times the speed of light.
Yeah, that number has over 50 digits, over twice the digits of Goku's speed feat. Yes, the speed feat is from base form Goku, but even if you give him all the Super Saiyan multipliers plus several years of training, it still wouldn't really make a difference. I've seen people say the Super Saiyan 4 form is a 4,000 times multiplier, a 40,000 times multiplier, 400,000 times multiplier, and I've even heard some people say it's an 8 million times multiplier. I'm not going to go over the arguments for these because it doesn't matter. Even if we take the 8 million times multiplier, it would only make him nintillions of times the speed of light. Still way slower than Superman. But that's just the Super Saiyan multipliers. What about all the training Goku did? Well, in the 7-year time skip to the Buu saga, he didn't get that much stronger, considering Super Perfect Cell is roughly just as powerful as Deborah. And Deborah was able to somewhat hold his own against Majin Buu. Granted, he didn't nearly do as good a job as Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta, but it's not like Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta had several thousand times the power of Deborah, or anything like that. Now, I did say in part 3 that I am one of those people who do think that base form Goku in GT is just as strong as Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the end of Dragon Ball Z, but many people scale him much higher than I do. Considering that GT Goku in his base form took on Super Saiyan Ultimate Gohan. Many people already scale Ultimate Gohan above Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Putting a Super Saiyan transformation on top of that would at bare minimum make him 50 times as powerful. And I do believe there's a GT guide or databook or something that says, Gohan kept up with his training, so he's definitely not weaker than he was in the Buu arc. And there's many more arguments that put base form GT Goku way higher than I put him. But even if he's several thousand times more powerful than I thought he was, it doesn't really change anything. Look how big this gap is. Look at it! Even a trillion times multiplier to his base form wouldn't allow him to keep up with the speed of Superman. Even if you want to say SSJ4 Gogeta had the power of Super Saiyan 4 Goku times the power of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Superman would still be faster. Here's why. Yes, they would be faster than his calculable feat, but Superman on multiple occasions has moved throughout time, just with his speed.
He was able to travel backwards in time to the beginning of the Big Bang in his fight with Brainiac. When fighting his own death, he broke through the boundaries of space and time. He chases after Superboy, ending up in the future. And here, he's able to vibrate through the time stream to travel back into the past.
Yeah, a lot of Goku fans are really proud of the feat where Super Saiyan Blue Goku Kaioken times 10 was faster than Hit's time skip. But that's like, what, a second of time? Superman has gone billions of years back in time. But that's just speed, what about busting power? Well, many people put Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at Universal Plus, saying he can destroy millions to billions to trillions of universes. And people also say that Super Saiyan God Red Goku is fourth dimensional. But here's the thing, Golden Age, Silver Age, and Post-Crisis Superman have many fourth dimensional feats. And when I say fourth dimensional, I don't mean 3 spatial dimensions in the temporal dimension of time, I mean 4 spatial dimensions.
When Aztec exploded and released his 4D energy in an attempt to destroy the Annihilator, Superman was also able to survive this attack. And all this is only using feats that Superman directly performed himself. After entering Bleed Space, the hero's vision grew even further, allowing him to perceive things on a 4-dimensional level. And Lex Luthor himself has explicitly described Green Lantern rings as being extra-dimensional technology. This heat vision could even melt the very fabric of space and time itself, as both Silver Age Superman and Superboy Prime have done this in the past.
Being fourth dimensional puts you above the power of destroying infinite third dimensional universes. I don't really like using dimensional tiering or infinite speed feats or anything like that, but if I have to use them, I will. And I needed to because Goku fans were trying to use them for Goku, and not use them for Superman. Now, there is some 4D scaling for GT Goku, nothing that happens in GT, but if you include a feat from Z, which I don't understand why you wouldn't, considering Z is both canon for GT and Super, Buhan was screaming and ripping up holes in time and space, which could have caused multiple dimensions to start flooding in. You could consider this to be a fourth dimensional feat, but then again, Superman is so psychotically faster than Goku, up to the point where he could hit him a billion times before he even blinked. Now, some people will argue that while Superman does have a few fourth dimensional feats, it doesn't mean he has fourth dimensional attack potency, and he has more consistently been shown to be Universal Plus. If you want to make the argument that Super Goku has fourth dimensional attack potency, thus also giving him fourth dimensional durability, and there's no way that Superman could take him out with his Universal Plus feats, Superman could just avoid Goku and outlive him with ease. Even if you want to somehow link Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to being more powerful than Golden Age Superman, like I said, he will be able to hold him off long enough for his fusion to end. For one reason, Superman has some crazy regeneration abilities.
Starting with one of his lesser known powers, regeneration. Superman has displayed minor feats of regeneration in the past, like the regeneration of his heart. After being cut apart by a micro-tesseract swarm, he was able to pull his body back together. And he could even regenerate after all of the matter on his body was sucked off by the creatures inside of the Phantom Zone that were attempting to turn him into a phantom themselves.
If you want to argue that Superman doesn't have enough skill to keep up in a fight with Goku, Superman is no slouch when it comes to fighting skill.
Superman has learned various forms of martial arts from Wonder Woman, General Zod, and Batman. On one occasion, he was even able to defeat Cobra, a man who was a practitioner of every martial art in the world, whilst Cobra was in Batman's body and Superman was in Cobra's body.
Plus, Goku is kind of an idiot, and Superman is an absolute genius.
For starters, the Man of Steel has mastered many languages from all around the planet, including but not limited to Japanese, Spanish, French, German, Italian, Farsi, Portuguese, and of course, English. Is his recreation of the Miracle Machine. The Miracle Machine is the ultimate refinement of all Green Lantern technology, and he rebuilt it by memorizing every single minute detail of its construction after only seeing it for a few seconds. Brainiac also says that Superman is 1,000 times less intelligent than himself, which is actually a really good feat for Superman, because Brainiac is smart enough to sort through the knowledge of 7 octodecillion beings. That's a 7 followed by 57 zeros.
So what have we learned? Well, Golden Age, Silver Age, and Post-Crisis Superman are all on the same dimensional tier as Dragon Ball Super Goku, and at bare minimum, if we give Goku the benefit of the doubt, he doesn't have the speed to keep up with Superman until his fight with Hit. I just put a bunch of different versions of Superman below Dragon Ball Super Goku, so Goku fans won't get that mad at me. There's such a crazy large gap between Golden Age Superman and New 52 Superman. I wish there was more versions of Superman who were, well, in between them in terms of power. If I didn't really lowball Golden Age Superman, he would be on a winning streak with the different versions of Goku, all the way to the second half of Super. So I personally put Golden Age Superman, Silver Age Superman, and Post-Crisis Superman somewhere in between Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken x 10 Goku and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. At least Jiren had a much better speed feat when he broke out of Hit's time coffin. But even if Jiren is faster than 0 seconds, Superman is faster than negative seconds. So Superman could still speed blitz Ultra Instinct Goku. Super Goku may have more attack potency than Superman, but Superman still holds the edge in speed, by a long shot. Now, if this is the first part of my Goku vs. Superman video series that you have seen, I'm not saying there is no version of Goku that can beat this version of Superman. The video game versions of Goku are on a whole nother level. But if you want to know about that, you need to watch part 4. Now, some people scale post-Crisis Superman to being 5th dimensional, because he took on God Emperor Joker. But the thing is, God Emperor Joker was just playing around with him and he stood absolutely no chance, so I don't think he's 5th dimensional.
Another part of this is those weird arguments I always hear about Superman scaling to Emperor Joker, which I don't understand at all. Because in the actual comic, Superman was completely unable to contend with Emperor Joker at all, and had to resort to a psychological tactic that began with Superman to actually win. He was constantly shown as being inferior to Emperor Joker during all of their engagements.
But like I said before, you can scale these guys however you want. I'm not the end-all be-all. Hopefully I cleared things up, and next time it's going to be all versions of Goku versus all versions of Superman Part 6.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.